tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronized, slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Talking gold and silver and crypto too. With Joe and the gang, it's what we do.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. We're stacking sats, we're stacking gold. In the world of finance, real gold. Every sip, every chart, we're on our way to financial freedom, come what may.
So grab that tasty beverage, let's get in the groove. Synchronized, slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Oh, it's the new theme song. I think we are talking about PENGU today. Price analysis. Is crypto back in general? Are we up only from here? We do a little bit of precious metal stuff, but that's kind of like the market's not doing anything at the moment. Mainly crypto focused today. But look, if you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, you get to enjoy every single damn thing we do here at Good Morning Stack, Good Morning Stackers, with me, Joe Main. But in the first couple of minutes of the show, what we do is the synchronized slurp, as mentioned in the theme song. It's where you grab a tasty beverage. I grab my tasty beverage and we slurp them synchronously together. Let me do that, get a little bit of that better light going through. Yeah, man, this is the favorite part of your day. Grab your tasty beverages, let's slurp them synchronously. It is the on a system, you must do it audibly wherever you are in the world. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Slurp it, people. What do you think? I'll get the shout-outs in. We'll be talking about PENGU, the Pudgy Penguins token today, the airdrop token. It looks like the low is in now. I did a video on this last week or the week before talking about lower prices potentially because of the airdrop, because it's a free thing. We'll talk about that in a second. And then we'll talk crypto and a little bit of precious metals maybe at the start. But I'll give it a few minutes for people to get in. What we do is the synchronized slurp, and then we do some shout-outs because I have to talk to my GMS family, my Good Morning Stackers family, where here we talk about precious metals, crypto, investment-related stuff, world news, economic news, current affairs. We'll probably talk about the couple of things that have been happening that we're finding on X, the Trump hotel thing, the Cybertruck thing. We'll talk a whole bunch of stuff, but mainly focusing on PENGU and some crypto today. But let's do some shout outs here. Of course, I've got to speak to the GMS family. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. Get a warm and fuzzy feeling when you do. Nearly 3,000 followers on X. We're going live on X right now, and we're live on YouTube right now. 1,117 subscribers, I think it is. Join the winning team, people. Everyone loves a winning team. Mark Florida says GMS. That's what we do here. If you're new to the show, you say GMS. That's your first opening chat thing. Okay, GMS means Good Morning Stackers. A cooler but nice day in Melbourne today. Yes, coming to you live from Melbourne. I'm Joe Main. You're like, who the hell's this random dude on the internet? I have stacked precious metals, gold and silver, since 2010. I have stacked crypto, Bitcoin, altcoins, since 2013. I've worked for 3 major bullion dealers, so gold, silver bullion dealers in Australia over the last 11 years. Now I do this weekdaily live show. I help you launch and grow on YouTube as well. I've got some clients. I would love more clients. Hey, if you want to send me an email to gmstackers@gmail.com, tell me about your business, whether it's an Australian business or an international business, and I'll tell you whether I think you can benefit from a YouTube channel. The short answer is you probably can. It's very rare where I talk with someone and go, yeah, maybe not for you. Might not be for you. Let's find out at least. Send me an email, gmstackers@gmail.com, and we'll talk about your business. Then I will charge you money for the 8 to 10 week course. It's the one-on-one course where I teach you the skills of how to create consistently engaging content, or I teach one of your employees or something. Then you're doing it yourself, and I'll keep monitoring you and give you feedback and all that sort of stuff. We'll have an initial chat with you, then I'll charge you money because I'm a dirty, greedy capitalist. How dare I charge for my time and efforts? Let's get to more of the shout-outs here. Niels Hahn is in the house. Great to see you, bro. Pete Repeat, GMS, a person. Yes, a person just died in an exploding Cybertruck in Vegas. We'll take a quick look at that as well. And David Smith says, cool intro. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm going to give a quick shout out. I'll do a few more shout outs. Of course, the show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange. Let me get that a little bit that way. Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au if you want to buy physical gold and silver. Wealthstack, wealthstack.com if you like unallocated gold programs. I do. I think they're fantastic too. I very much want and am looking for, in slight chats with, getting another potential brand sponsor in. I want one now in the crypto side of things. So if you're a crypto person, I'm happy. My DMs are open. Speaking of DMs, let me show you a few more plugs before we go into the day's stuff. We do the show for around about an hour, roughly. Follow me on X, please, at It's Joe Main. That is me, the host of Good Morning Stackers. We are going live right now, so great to see. We'll get to the PENGU talk in just about a minute or so. But I just really wanted to give a shout out to Udio. This is Udio.com. I am not sponsored by them, nothing to do with them. This is what I used to create that awesome, I think it's probably the new one now, the new Good Morning Stackers intro, okay? It's AI. It's crazy. It was also free. I did that for free, okay? It's mental. What I did, though, is I used Grok to come up with some lyrics, and I just modified the lyrics myself, this, that, and the other. And then I inputted the lyrics specifically into Grok, into Udio.com. Okay, so you can write your own lyrics and put those in. You can do a whole bunch of stuff, but then you can just type in, I want a song about a show called Good Morning Stackers in the style of 70s funk, a la Tower of Power, which is a very famous funk band, one of my favorite bands of all time. And then it gives you a whole bunch of different options, and then you choose the one you like, and you can just keep going and going and going. It's, at some point you do have to pay for it. If there's extra features you want to add, it's like $10 a month. But the free version got me that intro. How cool is it? So that's udio.com, udio .com. Any more shout outs? Then we'll start talking about PENGU, people. Let's see. No, we're good. We've got a bunch of people watching too. All right. Let's talk about PENGU. I'm going to do PENGU price analysis right now. I did talk about it a couple of weeks ago. I'll quickly show you here on X. Please follow me on X. You really want to. So I did a video December 23rd, okay, and this is talking about, did you score the PENGU airdrop? So it is an airdrop token. I did an overview of price analysis, and I gave my take profit targets, basing it on if, this was the big thing, basing it on if it played out like uni. So in that video, I was talking about the following. That's Pepe. Don't worry about Pepe. Let's get to the PENGU price. Is that the one? That is the one. That's on the daily. Let's take it to the 4 hour, I think is the best. So here's the PENGU price. What is PENGU, by the way? PENGU is Pudgy Penguins, the very, very famous. Am I even sharing the screen? No, I wasn't. Now I'm sharing the screen. All right. There's the PENGU price. Okay. And here's Pudgy Penguins. Pudgy Penguins, one of the most famous NFTs in existence. Okay. It's not going anywhere. The floor prices was like a couple of weeks ago, the floor price was at like 18 ETH, something like that. Could be more at the moment. Not going to check right now. But they did an airdrop, okay? I was actually eligible for the airdrop. I never owned a Pudgy Penguin, but for if you traded crypto, if you're an OG, now I'm an extra OG. I'm like 2013 OG, but if you were in crypto in 2017, 2018, somewhere between 2017 to 2019, and you traded on the Ethereum network, decentralized, you're probably eligible, okay? So I checked one wallet address, just one, and I received a bunch of Pengu, okay? So I was eligible for the airdrop. You may be too if you're an OG 2017 to 2019 crypto person. Cool. It was available for people who traded on the Ethereum network and also on the Solana network as well. So go over to there, claim.pudgypenguins.com, see if you're eligible. Okay. Pudgy Penguins, they're so large and they're so entrenched in the crypto world that they brought out their own token. Okay. Really, do I need to say much more than that? I am bullish on Pudgy Penguin token. I'm bullish on PENGU. Okay. I won't go into any more of the fundamentals other than that. Mainly looking at the technical analysis price today. I will give my new take profit targets as well. So last time, and I'll actually show you here, that's the previous chart that I used, and I had a whole bunch of Fibonacci and blah, blah, blah. This is the one that I was, we were talking about if the PENGU price played out like the Uni airdrop. Now the Uni airdrop had a huge, let me see, Uni right here. The Uni airdrop had a huge move back down. Okay, it was about an 87% move from its opening price, not opening price, but its top there when it originally came out in the first day or week or whatever, right here, and then it had a 80% move. Give me 1 second. That's that. Sorry, wrong way. That was a rectangle. It was there down to there. Yeah, about an 88% move. So I was basing a potential low for PENGU based on if it played out like Uni. Now that would have taken it to, let's see, let's go back here. That would have taken it to good morning, Stackers. Yeah, that's the weekly. Let's go back to the daily. That would have taken it down to right here. Thank you for your patience. Right down to around about there. Around about 1 cent was going to be your potential low. So I was talking, sorry, not 1 cent. Yeah, an 87% move. Let's go there. Let me show you. Thanks for your patience. Where did that go, you son of a bitch? Is that the price range? Yeah, okay. Right down to, yep, it was around, even lower actually. It was it's actually all the way down to about that 8 cent kind of mark. Okay, so basing it on if it did that, and I said, if a new low looks like it's going to be posted, if this looks like to be the new low or to the low is in, then I would do a new video, hence doing this one. So let's go to PENGU now. Definitely looks like, and we'll just quickly do some price action. This is the 4-hour time frame, priced in USD. Using the tradingview.com website, it's the Binance exchange price. So we're looking at around about 4 cents is where we're finding a little bit of resistance at the moment. Cool. What you'll notice is we did have that move. Okay, that was 7 cents. We had what I think definitely seems to be looking like, things can happen, but it seems like the low is definitely now there at your 2.2 cent mark. What gives me pause to believe that? The fact that we now back over this uptrend line. That's the clear one for me. Well, a couple of things. Number one, we had this move down. Okay, so, there would be room to move down. If we had have found resistance here at, basing it on this high and this low, if we had have found resistance here and then ticked back over, something like that, and I would say, geez, maybe the low isn't in yet. You could come down to here, and then head down to that sort of that lower area that we had been talking about in the previous video. The fact that we closed back above the 3.5 cent line, that was the first good sign. The second excellent sign is the fact that we're back above this trend line right here. On the 1 hour time frame, we made a play for it. Trendline analysis works, man. Technical analysis is a thing. Look, that point there, that formed this uptrend line. And gee, what do you know? We found almost basic resistance. If I do that, it'll probably line up a little bit better. Give me one moment. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit better. Now that goes better through that point right there. Right, resistance, support at that 0.236. So this was the kicker for me to think, oh, I think the low is in, okay? I needed confirmation for it to rise back above this uptrend line. It does need to hold as support, but clear resistance there, a breakup, clear resistance at that uptrend line right there, but then we found support at the 0.236 from the high and this low, okay? That said, oh, that's very interesting. We're finding support there, that giving really good credence for that being the low at the 2.2 cent mark. Then I woke up overnight. Overnight, because I'm in Melbourne in Australia, the price had a lovely pump. So I woke up this morning and checked the prices as I do, and beautiful move. Okay, so we're over this trend line. We hit a high of around about 4 cents, and then we're just consolidating a little bit. So it's looking very good for PENGU. I'm going to say 99.99% sure that the low is now in for PENGU, and that is the airdrop low. Now, because it's an airdrop token, it means a whole bunch of people got a whole bunch of free shit. Okay, and some people who own Pudgy Penguins NFTs, you're talking about people who got an airdrop that was worth hundreds of thousands, if not some people $1 million or possibly more. If you are a PENGU fanboy, if you're a PENGU holder right now, if you're an NFT Pudgy Penguin holder, etc., tell me, what kind of airdrop did you get? Leave a comment below right now in the X live chat, if that's a possibility that you can do that, or jump onto YouTube and find the stream and then post a comment by now. Did you get an airdrop of PENGU, and how much? If you can give it away, was it a really decent amount? Let me know right now. So free tokens, man, that's what's going to happen. People get stuff for free. It's going to have a quick sell-off, but that's looking like the low now at 2.2 cents. Of course, nothing is financial advice. The price could tank from here for some reason, okay? But on balance of probability, it's looking very good. What would confirm it from 99.9% to 100%, that little extra? Breaking and holding above this line, which I'm now going to call, and this is what I do when I do my technical analysis. I use simple lines of support and resistance. I use trend lines, and I use Fibonacci, and that's pretty much it. What you're going to get from me right now, I'm going to pop in some horizontal lines talking about my getting interested, my getting excited lines. I'll talk about my final hurdle lines, and I'll also pop in my take profit targets. So let's take a look at that now. So if I will pretend like I am in PENGU, okay, I have a small leveraged position on Bybit. It's a 4 times leverage and a small amount. I've got a very low liquidity price, so I'm comfortable to ride it. And now I'm back in profit at the moment, so that's good. But I'm going to treat this like I was getting into it for the first time. What were the levels that I would need to look at to go, okay, this is looking promising? Okay, so let's do some of that. So right here, if I were wanting to get into PENGU for the first time, this would be my getting interested line. I'll also call it now the line in the sand that we don't want to cross. So that is at let's call it 3.4 cents. 3.4 cents. This is in USD, by the way. I'll call it getting interested /line in sand. Okay, line in sand. Okay, now we're back over there, so that's great news. Okay, so if I were looking to get into it the first time, I'd say, we're back up here. I'm now getting interested in PENGU. I might look at taking a small position. So that's the first level. Now, I would say if we start closing days, more so weeks and months, below 3.4 US cents, back below here, you start not spiking, but closing below, understand? Then I go, oh, yeah, okay, I'm starting to get a little concerned. Okay, that's just my line in the sand for me. Your area might be different. You might pop it down here at about 3.2 cents. You might wait for the low here at 3 cents. That's your call. For me, I'm going to leave it at 3.4 cents. You do you, and you tell me if you have a differing opinion, and be polite about it. Let me know why. But my final 100% confirmation that this is like definitely the low. Okay, I'm pretty much all there, but it's right here. Okay, it's a little bit of a jump, 3.4 cents to about, that's 4 cents. Let's call it 4.1 cents. That is what I'm going to call my getting excited line. Okay, that's there for me. Okay, so we'll call it 4 cents even. Can we call it that? Is that cool? 4 cents getting excited. Okay, as I said, if you're watching for the first time, doing Pengu price analysis, I will give you my personal take profit targets as well. So if you were someone who is not in Pengu at the moment and thinking, okay, Joe, that looks interesting, I might get into it, what you might consider doing is the following, not financial advice. Hey, you might want to get in here because you might be confident, yeah, that looks like the area for me. I am confident that as long as we don't cross below here and close below here, I'm cool to be in Pengu right now. If you want to be a little extra conservative, what you would consider doing is waiting for the following. Let me just pop that in. What you really want to see for extra confirmation is once you break out of a major trend line, you often come back to retest it. I'm expecting a retest of here in the next 24, 48 hours, okay? A definite retest. I would like that to hold, please, and that would probably coincide with coming down to here at around about your 3.8 cent US mark, okay? So what I'm expecting, I could be wrong, but expecting something like that. You want this to hold as support. I want to see that break 4 cents and then hold that as support. You do something like that. At that point right there where you break it, that is very, very positive. That's kind of basically go time for Pengu. It's probably been go time since, all the way down here, but you've got to balance your risk and reward. Get it? Got it? Good. So that's the getting excited line at 4 cents. Let's assume now that we do that. What are my take profit targets? Now, let me be very clear with you from here. My take profit targets do not mean that I believe it's topping out at these levels for 2025. What I'm saying is my personal take profit targets where I will look to take some profits along the way. I will keep a bag up my sleeve in case it goes absolutely hog wild, okay? So this is me. This is talking about being conservative. Are you waiting for the perfect time, for the perfect peak? No, because you'll never pick the perfect peak. If you do, you got lucky, son. So here's what I would do. So I'm doing my final hurdles. I'm going to do my final hurdles for, I would call that, it's my getting excited line. And I would also call that I'll call it right here. I think 4.6 cents is, no, I'm going to call it here, getting excited. I'm also going to pop that in. I'm going to call that final hurdle, higher prices coming. Higher price. So it's basically the same thing. Getting excited means the final hurdle for higher prices. Okay, now I want you to understand this is different to my final hurdle for new all-time highs. Okay, so if when we crack above 4 cents, that's me saying, geez, I'm really confident that we're going to at least have a decent move somewhere between here and the previous all-time high. Now, where's the final hurdle for new all-time highs where I'm confident that, oh no, we're going to break the all-time high and then make new all-time highs? Get it? I put it here at a key Fibonacci level of 0.786. It's from a key all-time high and a key all-time low. I believe that's the key now. They're not all-time low, but I believe that that's now the key low. So I'm basing it from here and here, and that is at 6 cents. So that is my final hurdle for new all-time highs coming imminently. Okay. Let me just pop that in, 6 cents. Final hurdle, new all-time highs. Okay. Final hurdle for new all-time highs. Cool? Cool. I'm not saying it's peaking there. Please understand, okay? I'm just saying I need to see it break and hold above there, not spike. What do we say about spikes? Spikes mean shit. It's where things close at, okay? So what I want to see is that, and then, it'll watch out for these in-between Fibonacci lines that might act as certain areas of support and resistance, maybe. Okay, I want to see this. Ignore the time frame, by the way. I'm just doing the price, okay? I need to see that and that. That tells me, oh yeah, we're going to break this all-time high. Probably not a double top. Double tops can happen, bear that in mind. But you break and close above there, it's looking very good. I personally feel that dead cat bounces or relief rallies happen at the 0.786. Many people say it happens at the 0.618. No, I've seen it many, many times in history in all kinds of assets where it fakes you out. And it does something like this, where it goes, here's the lows in, where, oh man, it's back. Look, it's back over the 0.618. It's back over this 5 cent mark. We are onwards and upwards and breaking all-time highs. And then it fakes you out here and does that. I've seen that in so many different assets that I personally am more conservative. I've used the 0.786. So that's my final hurdle for new all-time highs. Let's assume now we and we do that and we make new all-time highs. Where are my take profit targets for me for PENGU? Okay, understand that I am in PENGU I'm in PENGU between here and here, right? My average cost is between here and here. I'm not buying up here. Okay, I want to take profits off the table. Why? Because I have a family, I want to get rich and all that jazz, and you don't go broke taking profits. ATP, always take profits. For me, I favor. Now, this is where the fanboys, and I love fanboys, it's a complimentary term, it's not a derogatory term, but this is where the fanboys might go, your take profit targets are shit, man. They are so low, it's going to 10 bag from here. It's 100 times token. Yeah, you may be right, but it's all about making some money, okay? My take profit target is going to start, my major one, okay, is going to be somewhere between the 2.618 and the 4.236. So it's somewhere between 15 cents and 22 cents. That's what I use. You may disagree, and that is you. We may never even get there. But I do find that the 2.618, anywhere between there and the 4.236 from a significant high and a significant low, can be an area of major resistance once you break a previous all-time high. So that is for me, okay? You do you. If you disagree, please let me know politely. And understand, this is on the 1 hour time frame. So this is going to give me pause to believe we could go much higher, okay? But I am just going to do taking some profits off the table, okay? I'll put this in right there. That is, call it 15 to, if we call it 14 to 23, just to give it some safety, okay? 14 cents to 23 cents profit taking area. Okay, and I'm going to call that major profit taking area for me personally. Okay, always leave some in the bag for an absolute shoot. Okay, and we'll talk about the higher prices in just a second. So that's the major profit taking area for me. Is that my first take profit area? No, it is not. Let's do the TP1s and probably the TP2s, and then we'll do the major profit taking areas. Again, for me, you may disagree, and that's okay. My average price is down here. So let me ask you a question. It's a very leading question. If your average price, just say average price is around about around about here. Okay, let's say it's there. Are you telling me that if you get to the final hurdle, would you take a little bit off the table? Maybe. Look, to be honest, that's only a 61% gain. Okay, so that's a fair point. Let's say you break the all-time high and then you start getting up to around about your 1.618 Fibonacci level from this old high and this old low. If your average buy-in price is around about here, okay, are you telling me you're not going to take some profits off the table when you more than double your money? No, you're not telling me that. You're like, yeah, of course, Joe, I'm going to do that because I'm smart and I'm going to take at least my initial investment out because that's what you do. I don't always do that. You don't always do that. We don't live in a perfect world. But come on, man. At, let's say, 170%, I personally will be looking at taking a little bit off the table, maybe my initial at the 10, what's that? It's the 10 cent mark as well. It's the psychological value of 10 cents, okay? Fibonacci is bloody fantastic. So I'm going to go TP1, 10 cents. TP1, 10 cents. Now, again, I'm basing this on me and my rough average price. Your average price may be lower. Don't forget, you may still own PENGU airdrop tokens that you didn't pay for in the first place. So you're just free riding from zero, okay? 10 cents, that's going to be initial investment. That's for me, okay? Initial investment takeout. Cool. That's my plan. Will I stick to the plan? I don't know. I'll have to see what the message of the market is telling me. Okay. So that's right there. That's a 170% move. So that's my personal take profit one. Now, this is actually quite different to other crypto, whereas you might see another crypto that I'm looking at, and we'll look at a few others in the second half of the show, where my average might be down here, and I'm taking profits before the previous all-time high. With PENGU, it's such a new token that I'm quite confident it's going to break the all-time high in this crypto run if we continue. So I'm going to wait to at least that 170% move, take my initial investment out, and then I'm just free riding the rest. Okay. So to give you another example, oh, by the way, I have airdrop tokens. I'm talking about the tokens that I purchased extra with leverage. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So my airdrop tokens, I've still got, I'll hold them, whatever, it was free, I don't care. I'll hold them to, higher prices. Why wouldn't I? Okay, this is just talking about the stuff that I've added to. Cool. So let's do this again. Let's just talk my major profit taking area. What's that? That is a 280% move. Okay, are you telling me you're not going to take more profits at around about a 280% move? Yeah, I think I would. So I'm going to take some major profits. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I might leave like 30% in the bag, something like that. But that's for me. Okay, you might be different. Let's talk higher prices now. Now I'm going to base this mainly on what can crypto do in a crypto bull run. Okay, are you telling me that it couldn't? You're not telling me. Let me ask the question a different way. If we pumped 500% from my initial rough average, let's say it's from around about here, is that unreasonable to pump 500% in a major crypto bull run, which it looks like we may do in 2025? All signs point to yes, says the Magic 8 Ball. Yeah, your token can pump 500% easy. Okay, so let's do 500%. All right, what does that take it to? From around about here-ish, let's say it's around about there. Okay, whatever. 500%. Okay, 500% is at the top end of the major profit-taking area. Yeah, so anywhere between here, that was the bottom end, by the way, that was at 14 cents at your around about your 280, 300% move. And then a move to the top end of the major profit-taking area is a 500% move for me. I will be taking a decent, very decent amount of profit at around about that 23 cent mark. I will leave some in the bag, 20 to 30% maybe in my investment bag, the one that I added. Plus I've got my airdrop tokens as well. I have taken out my initial investment. I've made profit up in here as well. So I'm free riding. It's all gravy. Now let's talk about the potential even higher prices than that. Are you saying that we can't 10 times from here on a brand new token which is attached to a incredibly famous NFT project, one that has a lot of meme share in the NFT world, okay? A lot of mind share, I should say. Yeah, it can 10 bagger, not surprisingly. Am I saying it's going to go 10 times from here? No, but it can. So let's take a look. Where was that? Does that match up with any Fibonacci levels? So a 10 bagger from around about here. Okay, what's that? 10 bagger, that's about your 37 something cents. That's a 10 bagger. Okay, that's at around about 40 cents. Cool. I'm happy to hold some and, have a 10 bagger from here. That is completely fine. Again, I've got my airdrop tokens, plus I'd be taking out, I'd still be free riding some after taking some major profits there in PENGU. Now, your fanboys are probably going, again, that's a complimentary term, you fanboys are going, PENGU to $1. Yep, PENGU could go absolutely to $1 in this run. I'm not saying it is, but geez, this is the daily time frame, by the way. This is just open. Let me show you here, okay? This is the daily time frame. This is the weekly. It's only been out for a couple of weeks, okay? PENGU to $1, very bloody easy. Okay, let me pop that. Okay, in a major crypto run, you telling me PENGU can't get attached to a famous, world famous NFT series? It can't get to $1? Okay, psychological value. All right, so $1 psych value That's whatever. I don't care. Let's go. Whatever. Big value. I'm not gonna. It's called psychological value, but big mind share value. That makes no sense. Big value. Trying to put in psychological. Can't spell it right now. So $1. Very simple. Does it match up? Don't worry about the Fibonacci. So the short answer is, let me get rid of all of that. And I'll do that, and I'll do that. So these are my take profit targets for, I'm going to move that to around about here. Geez, when I look at this, okay, this 14 to 23 cent mark, because this is just a pretty brand new token, airdrop token, even in the first quarter of 2025, man, you could hit that 14 to 23 cent mark. You could get that 300 to 500% move in the first quarter. By March, no problem. That's all the way up here. $1 PENGU is very, very doable. However, these are my take profit targets. I don't know where PENGU is going to peak, and neither do you. So if you're just like me and you like to win and you like to take profits, these are my areas here. So final sort of roundup. And let's do that. 3.4 cents is your getting interested. It's your line in the sand. We're over that now, so it's looking really positive for PENGU. My 100%, basically, nothing's 100%, but 99.99%, getting excited, final hurdle for higher prices to come is at that level right there at your 4 cent mark. Let me just move that. So that's there. There we go. Close enough for jazz. Cool. My final hurdle for new all-time highs is if we close, not spike, but close weeks, close months preferably, above 6 US cents. That tells me you're closing above 6 cents, man, we're going to break the all-time high. My take profit one for me to take out my initial investment at 10 cents. I'll take some more profits here between 14 to 23 cents, and I'm riding the rest, baby. And $1 PENGU, that's doable. Okay, let's check though what kind of percentage move is that. From here, roughly, that is let's look, it's a 2,000% move. It's nothing like a 100 bagger. You can easily 100 bag in a new token in a bull run that's attached to a very famous NFT series. $1 PENGU, very doable in a big crypto bull run, again for a very famous NFT, all that. But those are my take profit targets. I will free ride the rest, and if it gets to $1, mate, I will take some more profits along the way. And that's what I would suggest that you do, not financial advice. Please take profits along the way. Take out your initial investment. But if you have airdropped, let me go back here. If you have, I'm really blown out with that. If you have, what the blazes is going on there? Give me 1 second. Let me do that and let me adjust. Lovely. If you have received a PENGU airdrop, look, it's all gravy. You have put nothing into it. Okay. Now, what you did put into it was all you were in the trenches in 2017 to 2019 if you were trading crypto back then. So take some profits. It was free money. Okay. But don't write it to zero. Take some profits along the way. So those are my take profit targets. Even if you have just purely airdropped and you haven't put any initial investment or extra investment into PENGU, take some profits around those areas. Why wouldn't you take some profits on something that you got for free? Okay. But again, I say free because, you're in the trenches during OG 2017, 2018, or you own a Pudgy Penguin. Good on you. So that's Pudgy Penguins and my take profit targets. Let's do some shout outs and then we'll talk about the crypto market in general. I'll also quickly, of course, got to tell you about my brand sponsors, Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. If you buy precious metals in Australia and Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, all the way in Western Australia, if they're not on your list of preferred bullion dealers, you are mental. Mental, I tell you. You've got something wrong. You've got rocks in your head, okay? Cheap prices, great range, free shipping. My crypto people and all my people, my precious metals people, anyone watching from outside of Australia are going, yeah, you get free shipping when you buy over a certain amount, right? Doesn't every country do that? No, they don't. Australia is a giant island. We're very insulated here, okay? No bullion business in Australia has ever dared even go, oh, of course you should get some free shipping if you buy over a certain amount. Like, that makes complete sense. No bullion business did it until Perth Bullion Exchange started their business in May of this year. And they went, we're going to be the Mavericks. We're the first one in Australia to offer free shipping. How much do you need to spend? It's not a dollar value. It's actually a quantity value. So all you need to have is 20 or more items in your order. It's not 20 of one item, by the way. It's mixing. You can mix and match as long as you 2 of this, 3 of that, 5 of that, 7 of that. As long as you have 20 or more items in your shopping cart, you get instant free shipping. Let me give you an example, though. For example, here is 1 ounce buyback silver, which, by the way, this is priced in Australian dollars, okay? Just for my international subscribers, you're going $51.70. That's crazy. It's Aussie dollars. Cool. Now, you get a quantity discount for buying in bulk. You buy 20 buyback 1 ounce silver rounds, silver things, it's buybacks, right? So it's varying quality. You just get what you get. It's like a lucky dip. You'll get the discount, but let me add 20 to the shopping cart. Ready? Watch this. Add to the shopping cart. Value must be less than or equal. What? Value must be less than or equal to 4. Why? Let me do something else then. It must be because there's only 4 in stock. Let's go over to here and do the Asahi Buffalo round instead. Let's do that. Let's add 20 of those. Add to the cart. There we go. Cool. I've added 20 to the cart. Right? Here's my cart. You're going now, how much is shipping? Shipping is free. Let me show you. I'm going to update the cart and do 19, just so you know. Update the cart, and you're going to see that the shipping amount is now some kind of dollar value. Just give us 1 second. There you go. Australia Post shipping, $17.50. Okay, if you just added 1 more round, all right, and put it up to 20, you get free shipping. Express shipping, Australia-wide, sign-on delivery, all that good stuff that you know and like from other bullion dealers, except it's for free. Now, having said this, right, this is my sort of, let me do this. I'll do 10 of that and update the cart, right? We'll just do sort of like a half and half split. So 10 of that, and then of course you're going to be paying $17.50 again. Okay, let me go back quickly. Let me add 10 of something else, and I just want to prove it to you, and then we'll start talking about all the sort of general crypto stuff. Now I'm going to do 10 half ounce, by the way, not full ounce, half ounce silver snakes. So let me do that. I'll add 10 of those, update the cart. Now, the website's gone, oh, you've got 20 or more items in total in your shopping cart. 10, free shipping. That's how it works. Mix and match. Gold, silver, platinum, whatever. 20 or more items, free shipping. You're mental if you don't buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. You are crazy if you don't buy from Wealthstack, wealthstack.com, the Android or iPhone app. Download it, okay? It is an unallocated gold program. It is perfect for those who want to save and invest in gold. And you want to buy a small amount. You can buy $1 million of gold, but you can also buy $10 of gold. And you're only paying spot plus 1%, no matter whether you're buying the large amount or the small amount. So save and invest in real physical gold, by the way. There's the CEO, David Ski, did an interview with David a few months ago on the channel. Here is the app. Here's what it looks like when you try to download it on iPhone or Android. Wealthstack, one word. There's the logo. That's what it looks like. Here's the UI, the user interface. Very user-friendly, okay? You download the app, save and invest in real physical gold, spot plus 1%. I won't go through all the other stuff. I'll just get you to go to wealthstack.com, go to the bottom left-hand side, and you click on the frequently asked questions page. Just read the FAQs, okay? Gives you all the details. And watch that interview with David Ski on my channel because he answers a lot of those frequently asked questions. If and all that sort of stuff. So watch that. That's Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Let's do some comments on PENGU, and then we're going to look at the crypto market in general. Is it back? Are we over the certain levels that we need to be to say, okay, it's just sort of up only from here? Let's see, people. Morning, Joe. Morning, Jason. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Chris Phipps is here. GMS. Crypto market looks better today. Yes, it does. Knackers. If you have time, Joe, can you look at Crypto OMG? I probably don't have time at the moment because I'm probably going to do a bit of a general crypto run. And when we're 45 minutes into the show, I like to keep the show at around about an hour. But let's see how we go. But thank you for the chart request. By the way, I take chart requests. Okay, so pop your comments in if you ever want a chart request. We're getting a little bit larger here in the subscriber count and all that. The best way for me to see your comments usually is to do a super chat. That also helps me out with the show. Chris King says, yes, when we looked at HNT, Helium Network, it was on the up and reached $9. It is now $6. Buying zone, question mark? We'll take a quick look at that too. I'll do that in the crypto run. Is crypto back? Is it up only now from here? Let's take a quick look at crypto. We're probably not going to really focus on precious metals today because precious metals is doing nothing. Okay, at the moment the markets may be just opened. Crypto focused today. Let's take a look at the general crypto market. And I will take a look at HNT as well, a very quick look at that. So let's share the screen. This was PENGU that we just talked about. Go back and watch it. I will make this a separate video as well. Let's take a look at Bitcoin to start with. You got to take a look at the granddaddy. We are not out of the woods yet, okay? We're not out of the woods yet with Bitcoin. But look, so far so good. Bitcoin on the daily time frame, USD, $94,562 US. We've had a little bit of a rally. We're not out of the woods just yet. Okay, I at least need to see it close and hold above 94,700. We haven't done that yet. Very clear area of resistance here. You can see that. Call it around about. It's 100K. Okay, it needs to close above the psychological value of 100K. Back over 100K, and psychologically people go, "Oh man, it's back." Okay. We're not there yet. We're still in the kind of danger zone-ish for Bitcoin in particular. Okay, you could easily see it, and I'm not a bear on this at all, but you could see it. Brush tool. You could see that tick over from there, right? We've had a little tease. Now this is the positive. Okay, here's the positive for Bitcoin. We've been talking about this trend line for a very long time, okay? This trend line that goes all the way back to the last bull run through this peak in April and the final peak of 69,000 in November of 2021. It formed this uptrend line. Then we finally broke it, and gee, what do you know? It acted as support. Funny that. So on the daily time frame, we've been talking about that. And look at the closes. Don't look at the spikes. I mean, look at the spikes, but focus on the closes. All right. We broke above. Gee, it was acted as resistance, this trend line. Look at the spikes. Failure to close. Spike, failure to close. That's why it's spike, 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 but it closed below. So we weren't there yet. We finally spiked above and we closed above, which said, oh, close above that major trend line. Now the next bit of time it's going to be up, right? That was very obvious. And then we had that move all the way up to 108,000. On the way, though, we had some consolidation. Where did we find closing support at? We had a spike below. Spikes mean shit. We closed. Look at this. That's based on a previous trend line, okay? Closed there. Closed, found support, opened again. Fantastic, good. Had a spike exactly down to that trend line. We had that move up to 108,000 US, brand new all-time high in Bitcoin. Uns. Great. Then a spike down, but a huge close above. Very positive. Another spike down, closed above. Then we got down to here where everyone started getting a little bit weary. Okay, we had a spike below, but what did we do? We closed at, like, exactly on that trend line. Then the next day, because we closed above technically and at, we had a little bit of a spike that scared some people out, and then green day, we closed above it. Fantastic. We closed above it, and now we're back in the green. Okay, and we found support, a little spike down to there on the daily. We're opening the new day in around about 40 minutes time. I probably won't be around here for that long to see the new day tick over. But look, so far so good. But we're just not out of the woods. My point is saying is it's positive that we're still above there, but you can easily, have a fake out around here and then tick over. The more times you test this, the more likely it is to be taken out. It hasn't been taken out yet on a close basis, but the more times you do it, the more likely it is to be taken out. So that could happen if you start closing. And this is, I will give you a 99% guarantee on this. If you start closing days below here, not the spikes, you start closing days below this trend line the next day, and that probably signals some lower prices coming. Close below, not spike, but close, lower prices coming. Okay, so just bear all that in mind. We haven't seen a close below. Hey, and that's great. Watch out for the 85,000, 84,000 kind of mark. If that happens, I'm not saying it does. I'm not going to say either way, it's definitely going up from here or definitely going down from here. I don't do that. I just do, basing it on if then stuff. Cool. So if you want to see lower prices, that's what you want to see. You want to see it close below this trend line, close days, and then, you would see at least probably down to about $85,000. Watching out for the move down to about $74,000. That's the area that you really preferably don't want it to break below. Otherwise, it'll keep you stuck, giving you heart attacks. And then $67,000 is uber max pain area where people go, oh crap, we're done. No, bear market, it's done. The top is in, and then it fakes you out here and goes, ha, sucked in, bitch. Okay. Watch out for the uber max pain at 67,000. I ain't saying it's going down to there at all. I'm just saying watch out for it if it did. But what we preferably want to see on Bitcoin is just a lovely move here. I need to find this as support around about 94,700, call it 95. And then obviously we need 100,000 to act as support. If that does and you do that, it's looking very good. My personal final hurdle for new all-time highs in Bitcoin imminently, right, is 1,005, 100, I'm still talking in 5 digits, 6 digits, 105,000 US dollars. Technically for me, it's 105,200. It's a key Fibonacci area from an old high, from a high and a low. I won't go through the reasons why. I need to see it close above and then hold support. You do that. Obviously, new all-time highs are coming very soon for Bitcoin. It is still playing up against the major trend channel. Okay. Let me show you. I'll go to the monthly. This is the major trend channel. Can I show you this with all this other crap in here? No, I'm going to have to. 1 second. Horizontal, 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 horizontal. Haha, nice. This is the major trend channel in Bitcoin, going all the way back to the start of the Bitstamp exchange in 2011. You had the peak here, you had the peak here. So the 2013 peak, the 2017 peak. That forms, I popped in manually, this uptrend line, okay? So this peak and this peak. Then what it automatically does, it gives you an automatic parallel channel. So I manually chose the low price and I popped it right here at the COVID low right there. Let me just do that. There we go. At that COVID low. For me, that is the low of the trend channel. I have found that to be somewhat predictive later on. We have failed to hold above for any significant period of time the bottom end of this trend channel right here. And on the weekly time frame, and just recently, so we had a spike above it. Look at that spike there. It closed above, it closed at, but then nope, then a failure. Then it has failed. Look, resistance right there. Then a long consolidation pattern back down to your $50,000 area. Then we had the move above 75,000. That confirmed. Okay, onwards and upwards we go. Where did we find resistance at? On the way up. On the daily time frame, you can see clearly that spike right there. And in the movement up to the new all-time high, we had a spike, but we closed right at it. Okay, look at this. This was drawn in way before this happened. Okay, I've been talking about this since way back here. Okay, this trend channel drawn in way before we did this. Okay, spike, good to see, didn't close above it. Spike to a new all-time high. Huge spike back down, and then we closed right at it. It failed to close above that major bottom end of that major trend channel. So what happened then? A spike, 2 failures to close, frunk, down you go, right? That is the key, the major trend line for Bitcoin that it needs to close and hold above in order to say, oh, Bitcoin's going for a huge run in 2025, okay? So where is that at? because it's a trend line, it depends on the timing. Okay, so let's say, for example, and this is all spitballing shit. Okay, let's say it does something like this. I don't know, and neither do you. You could bear in mind, you can make a new all-time high in Bitcoin, but it hasn't broken here. Could that be the peak? I don't know. Could that be the peak? And then it heads back down, right? You got to be very wary of this uptrend line, even if you do something like this. Okay. And I will get to the rest of the crypto market in a second, but we're really going to focus on Bitcoin just for a moment. Let's say it does something like this. I don't know. Right, whatever. And this is April. We're getting into June, whatever. Okay, let's say we get to, I don't know, June. Okay. Oh my God, everyone. This is all the mainstream. The new Bitcoin is at 150,000 US dollars. Man, there's nothing stopping this thing. You know what's stopping it? This trend line right here. Keep this trend line in the back of your mind. Hit the big red subscribe button to stay updated with me. I'll keep you updated with this, or follow me on X. This could happen where this just happens here and it never crosses above this trend line, and then it makes a play, right? It makes a play on a daily or a weekly time frame, but then it fails to close any month above it, and then you hit this kind of area. I'm not saying these prices are going to happen, by the way, or the time frame, but just watch this. And then it has a spike on the monthly time frame, but closes the month. Any month that closes below there, this is a failed move to hold on a monthly time frame. Funk. Okay, really got to watch that. So that's a possibility. You never cross this, and it acts as major resistance. It just does it through time rather than through price. So yeah, you could get to the middle of next year and get to 150,000 Bitcoin, but right, it fails to close above. So really keep that in the back of your mind, okay? And actually, don't keep it in the back of your mind, keep it in the forefront of your mind. But what we would all love to see is the following. Cool, you want to see it close above. Again, ignore the time frames, whatever. This is just spitballing here, okay? Quarter Q thing. Now let's see it does this. And then it comes back. And then we find support on the monthly time frame. Let's say it spikes at a certain time on the monthly. It spikes, it has an all-time high. Bitcoin, $160,000. Ignore the time frame, ignore the price. I'm just saying, watch this. And then you close any month above this trend line. Man, that's good for a further move higher. Okay, you close any month above here. All right, that would say, you come back and test as a support, and then you close a month above this trend line right here. Man, you'd be looking for higher prices. That would be putting it back into the normal trend channel, okay, for a massive run later on down the track. Okay, watch this uptrend line. It's very, very important. The bottom end of this trend channel. Okay, let me just show you on the. There's a lot of detail going on here. This is the macro view now of Bitcoin. Let me show you the relative strength index on the monthly time frame. Okay, in previous bull runs, you go into extremely overvalued on the monthly time frame. It tends to match pretty closely. That's a peak there. There's the peak there. So peak in 2013, peak in 2017, peak in 2021. Okay, we're nowhere near that kind of area just yet. Here's a little trend line to watch out for on the relative strength index. I am not expecting a double top here. I'm expecting the market to go higher, okay? I don't think that will happen, but you never know. I'm expecting the following: to curve back up in the next few months, and then, ups and downs and whatever, and at least find resistance around about there. Could that signal, and what that puts it at around about April-ish kind of thing, could that signal the top in the Bitcoin market? Maybe, maybe not, but just bear in mind it's on the very macro time frame, a monthly scale, monthly time frame, and that would be matching up with this downtrend line. I'm not saying that's going to be the resistance point, but just watch out for it. Okay, you could certainly just come back and do something like this and match, previous highs. So you do something like this instead, where you just go like, pick an average, so something like that. But at some point between here and between here, you will peak on the relative strength index on the monthly time frame. I don't know about where in time that happens, whether it's the middle of the year, the start of the year, towards the end of the year. But once you start getting into this area, you are looking toppy for Bitcoin, okay? That's your top signal, the relative strength index on the monthly time frame, okay? Somewhere between here and here is going to be the area that you top out at. I'll give you a 95% guarantee on that, okay? Watch for here, but also watch for there, okay? I don't think we creep into this kind of area. It had never been done before. Doesn't mean it can't happen, but it's unlikely. Cool. That's Bitcoin, I guess. That's what you need to watch out for. I will get rid of that. Now let's just talk about altcoins. Okay, let me get rid of all this crap. Let's talk about altcoins. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family and follow me on X to keep updated. Now look on the monthly time frame. That's good. Look at that. That's positive. I don't like that spike, but that's a spike up to that trend line. Okay, we can onwards and upwards from here. Would be lovely. Just watch out. We're on the second day of the month. Watch out for the fake out. Okay, just watch out for that. That is Bitcoin. Let's take a look at altcoins in general. Take a look at others. Others is the altcoin market minus, it's the crypto market minus the top 10. So basically all altcoins. Here you are. Look, relative strength index on the monthly time frame. You've got room to move up into extremely overvalued. Once you get into extremely overvalued, you will top out. So you could say right about here, you really want to be watching the relative strength index. Anywhere up to about here on the RSI at around about 94 on the RSI on the monthly time frame on the others chart, okay, is where you'll be looking at a top for the altcoin market. When that happens, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Okay, if it plays out like previous, you know, you can be talking that kind of like middle of the year kind of thing, okay? So just bear that in mind. Yeah, so that's that. But it's looking positive. Look, we're above. Here's the positive. Damn, that happens every time. Here's the positive. And then we'll look at some specific things. I'll quickly look at HNT, and I'll look at some of the other things that I'm currently in to see where we are. Cool. But others looking positive. You had that spike here to 450 million market cap, million, 450 million market cap. That's matching a previous all-time high, roughly, right there. You had that spike down to, what do you know? I think I drew this in previous, right into that 290, 300 billion mark. This is what I call a Darth Maul candle. So it's the double-ended red lightsaber, right? It kind of acts as sort of indecision for me, but we're cracking back up. And what I wanted to see was, did we close very quickly? I'm going to check the monthly time frame. Did we close the year? No, we didn't. So we closed the year technically below previous years. That's okay. It's not a big deal. This is the year after the halving. This is the halving. That's the year after the halving. This was the halving year. This is the year after the halving. I think we're still looking very, very good. Okay, so very positive for crypto, positive for altcoins in 2025. Great to see us above that mark right there. If we had have closed the year below about that $300 billion market cap, particularly if we had have closed the year or closed any month really below about 260 billion market cap, that's not good. But we're above it, and we found support right there. Great. Onwards and upwards we go. That would be lovely. So yeah, looking positive in general for altcoins. If I were to do, and I haven't done this before, so let me quickly do that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to do a quick bit of first look analysis on others and where a potential high target in terms of its market cap could be. Okay, and does it sort of align with the RSI on the monthly time frame? Okay, let's do some quick first look stuff here. Trendline analysis, there's one right there. That's pretty obvious. Okay, you could pop it through that level, or you could pop it through that level, or you could do there. Let's do there to be safe. Cool. So you could say let's say if we peak roughly, say in the middle of the year, I'm not saying this is happening, but let's just play devil's advocate. Let's say it's around about your July, August. I don't know. Could be there. That's around about a top of a $2 trillion market cap. Altcoins could easily get to a $2 trillion market cap before we have a peak. Okay? I'm not saying it's going there, but we could have. What's that from here? That's nearly a 20 bagger. That's over 10 times from here. Okay, now bearing in mind diminishing returns, all that stuff doesn't mean that trend line plays out, anything like that. Are you telling me though that we can't 10 times from here in the altcoin others crypto market in a bull run, the year after a halving? Come on, man. You could easily go to let's call it a $1 trillion market cap. You can easily hit a $1 trillion market cap from here in the general altcoin market. That makes it around about a 200% move from here. What is that? A move for ants? Come on, you can easily hit a $1 trillion mark. Simple. You could easily hit a 500% move from here. Okay. Oh, sorry. My apologies. Let me erase all of that. I was looking at the level. I wasn't looking at the percentage. Sorry. Okay. That's a 475% move. My apologies. Ignore everything I just said then. Are you telling me we can't pump to 2 trillion? That's a 500% move from here. That's a 5 times in the altcoin market. That's less than a 5 times. That is doable, very easy. So a $2 trillion market cap sometime in 2025 for the complete altcoin market, absolutely doable in a crypto bull run. 500 times from here, easy. So I would look for around about, and some people might say it's going to go higher, but if you wanted to take some profits along the way, which you do, you would say anywhere between, if you want to be, really conservative, somewhere between $1 trillion to $2 trillion. Okay, you may want to consider taking some profits off the table. Maybe $1 trillion market cap for the altcoin market is a little conservative because again, it's only like a 200% move from here. It's not huge, right? That's like not even 200% move. More likely, your 500% move to $2 trillion is really doable. Some people will disagree and say, hey man, we're going even higher than that. We're getting to a $10 trillion market cap. Yeah, you could be right. It's just that, you're taking that up to about that's unlikely. I mean, that's a 2,600% move from here. Probably not. Okay. More likely to come and test this major trend line right there. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. $2 trillion altcoin market cap peaking in 2025. Very doable, okay? And again, that's around about a 500% move from here. So that's the general altcoin market, okay? Let me just take a look at specific things that I am currently in and how they're doing. Let's take a look at Dogecoin. Dogecoin still looking fine. You're over this key Fibonacci level, so while you're over it, that's good. That's at the 0.382 from this old high and this old low. I don't know why that's not in properly. Let me pop that there. That's Doge. It's the meme coin of meme coins. If you're bullish on meme coins at all in the peak in the bull market, okay, then you would want to have at least a bit in Doge. What do we find? We found support at exactly the 0.382. We had the spike up to here at about 47 cents, and then we spiked below, but then we closed December right above that 0.382 Fibonacci level. That's a positive sign, and we're green for the month. Watch out for your fake outs, but looking positive, okay? On the weekly time frame, looking great. We're still above here. Closed last week just at it, right? We're above it right now. We're above this uptrend line. So looking good for the moment for Doge, but we're not out of the woods just yet. Bear in mind, on the weekly time frame, we've been extremely overvalued, okay, and we're back into that normal area. You can tick down from here, so we're not out of the woods yet for the crypto market. Ethereum, $3,350. Yeah, we're not out of the woods just yet. I would say for Ethereum, which is a good indicator for the rest of the altcoin market as well, you need to clear and hold above 3,730 US dollars, specifically for me. That's a key Fibonacci level from an old high and an old low. As I said in yesterday's show, my peak, my sort of reasonable peak for Ethereum in 2025 is $15,000. Anywhere above there, and I go, no, that's pretty unlikely. That's the top end of reasonable, okay? 15,000 could be somewhere between 10, could be 8 to 10, could be 10 to 15, but around about that general area. Okay. would be a topping area. Again, take a look at that trend line right there and the time frame in 2025 if you're talking sort of middle or second half of the year. 15,000, yeah, wouldn't surprise me, okay? Anything above 15,000 US dollar Ethereum, I'll go, oh man, geez, that's surprising. Not surprising for 15,000. I am currently in GRT, the graph. It is not out of the woods just yet for me. If you're in the graph, it's great to see it's holding a certain level. It's holding that line in the sand. Gee, what do you know? Let me just get rid of that one because that's nothing that you need to see. All right, that one, it is holding. My line in the sand was 20 cents. I did a price analysis of this a number of weeks ago. I am in the graph personally. That's your long-term downtrend line right here. Long-term downtrend line from the previous all-time high of about $2.80. The 50-cent mark that formed this downtrend line, and gee, what do you know, we found resistance at exactly the top end of the trend line. It's had a resistance from there. Generally, what you don't do, I know, I'm sorry, giving you motion sickness. Generally, what doesn't happen is you don't have one test. You don't have one test of a downtrend line after the downtrend line is formed. You don't usually have that. So there's the top, you form the downtrend line based on that, and then the next test of it, or the first test of it, usually isn't the one. It's usually the one after that or the one after that, okay? Yeah, clear resistance, and then I had this line here, line in the sand of 20 cents. So far, so good. We had a spike below. Spikes mean shit. We closed the week above it. Great. And we've also closed the last week above it, and we're above it at the moment. What I need to see for GRT is close above 33 US cents. That is absolutely the key level, or anywhere above this downtrend line. If you start doing this old chestnut, it is very, very positive. Okay, so I'm still in my position. I haven't sold out. If we start breaking below 14 cents, roughly, this trend line right there, then I'll start getting concerned and thinking about getting out of my position. Okay, I'll be taking a loss on it, but it is what it is. But what we want to see is a break of the trend line, a hold, and then a breaking of 33 cents. You break 33 cents, whoop, we are onwards and upwards, baby. And I've got my previous take profit targets and all that. I did that video. You can pause this video if you want to look at my take profit targets along the way and all that, okay? $7.50 to $12 is major profit taking, okay? But watch the previous video if you like. That's GRT. Ondo, I'm in Ondo. I need to see it clear about $1.50 in order for me to be confident to say onwards and upwards we go. If you start closing below 80 cents, that's the line in the sand for me. That ain't good, okay? We did PENGU. Render I am in. Good to see it above the downtrend line. So we're holding above it. That is fantastic. But I need to see it clear, preferably about $8.70 in order for me to be confident that we're heading up onwards and upwards. I did take a look at Sol yesterday because Sol on the yearly time frame is looking really good. This is Sol on the yearly time frame. Look at that. Oh, that's looking good for a pump in 2025. 100, not 100% confirmed, but geez, that's a good price action for Sol if we continue up. And XRP just had a pump. I said yesterday before the pump. Look at me. It means shit. But technically, we closed. Oh, this is great. We closed the year above. So we closed the year at a close of $2.08, and there's your open of $2. Sorry. And your close of $2. So we closed above. We closed the year above the previous yearly closes and opens back in 2017 and 2018 in the last bull run. That is incredibly bullish for XRP, okay? If you're an XRP holder, I would be very happy about that you closed above this level right there of that $2 level. That's very good. I don't give financial advice, but gee, it's looking good. It's looking all right for XRP, and as you know, a $10 major profit-taking area is a huge psychological value. That could easily run to $10 in 2025. And gee, you'd be very happy if you were in XRP from all the way back here. If you're an XRP fanboy, I'll tell this story. I've told this story before. I'll tell it again. I had a customer when I worked at one of the major bullion dealers who was an XRP fan from before 2017. He had, and back then he told me he had 250,000 XRP. And he was telling me this back in here when, the price was all the way back down here. And he goes, I'm holding for the longer term, man. $10 XRP easy. Here we go, $10 XRP. And I'm like, are you sure? He goes, it's $10 XRP easy. I'm like, okay, man. He said, I'm not selling to at least $10. And I'm thinking about that guy, and I haven't seen him for a very long time. I haven't served him for a very long time. I don't work in that company anymore. But every time XRP has a pump, I just think of that guy. And knowing him, I'd served him a bunch of times. He's still holding his XRP. He's waiting for $10. Imagine holding 250,000 XRP when it hits $10. That's when he said he'd start taking some profits. Good on that guy. Forgotten his name, but good on you, mate. If you ever see my channel, good on you, my friend. That's XRP. Pepe might be looking good for a pump, but look, a rising tide raises all ships. And HNT. Someone asked about HNT. Let's quickly do that. HNT. We talked about it last week. I'll do on the monthly time frame. I'll do on the weekly time frame. When I did the price analysis, it was around about $9, wasn't it? It was around about here. And I said, I'll pop this on the daily. So this is HNT, Helium Network. When I did it, it was below $9.40. It was around about $9. And I said, my final hurdle for new all-time highs. Man, isn't this interesting? I said my final hurdle for new all-time highs was at $9.40. That's very specific, Joe. Why is it $9.40? It's the 0.786 level from this old high and this old low, which is obviously the confirmed low, right? I said you can't be confident that you'll see new all-time highs for HNT until you start closing, not spiking, closing preferably months above $9.40, because look at this, resistance, spikes, and gee, so I did HNT. I think I did HNT before this. We had this spike. Okay, spikes mean shit. We closed below it, right? We have yet to see a close above 940. So I have to say, for the moment, you ain't seeing a new all-time highs in HNT until we start closing above $9.40. And since then, gee, what do you know? Okay, we had a low of back down to $6, my getting interested line. We had a spike back up to the $8 mark, which is the 0.618 from this old high and this old low, $8. Okay, it's interesting how Fibonacci works out, right? Why does Fibonacci work out so well? Because enough people believe it's a predictive tool. They then place their trades accordingly. It then becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's why it works. Back below 6, that was a couple of frightening days. If you were back below the getting interested line, which I would also call my line in the sand, that was a couple of frightening days. Oh shit, back below $6, not good. A quick move back above in the last 24 hours. So look, positive for HNT. We're back above the getting interested line, which I'll now call the line in the sand as well. You don't want to see this close on a weekly or a monthly time frame. Cool. So as long as we remain above $6, my getting interested line, that's cool. Again, a rising tide raises all ships. We've got to get back above $7, my getting interested line. And again, hey, if you get in here and you ride it from $6 to $9, if you want to play that from there to there because you're unsure whether it would ever clear above $9.40 again, okay, that's a 55% profit. No worries. Buy some here, sell there. Hey, you've made a little bit of cash. That's cool. Then if you want to, you wait for the closing above. Cool. You wait for the close of weeks, preferably months. But if you want to, be conservative, you want to take a bit of risk, you can wait to see it closes a week above it. That's probably good enough. Closing weeks above $9.40. And then we're talking about all-time highs coming. Okay, the all-time high, and then we're talking about major profit-taking areas. My major profit-taking area for HNT in 2025 is $25, anywhere up to $40 US. Could go way higher than that, but that's the major profit-taking. Leave some in the bag and then free ride. Okay, the rest. You should be free riding anywhere above here, though. Okay, if you've broken the all-time high and you haven't yet taken out your initial investment in HNT, I don't know. I guess it depends whether you doubled. Okay, so really it's all about doubling. So if your initial investment, that's a fair point, Joe, that I tell myself. If your initial investment, if you got into the peak here, let's say you bought the peak at around about $9.40. Oops, it is what it is. You would actually need to wait until $18 to double your money. But what do you do when you double your money? You take out half, which means you've recouped your initial investment. Okay, but if your average cost is down here in HNT and you're just waiting for it, that's $2.85. Are you telling me you're going to get to $9.40, have a 220% increase, and you haven't taken out your initial investment yet? Don't be dumb, okay? Take some profits along the way. That's HNT. I don't have time for OMG for the person who asked about that because we are nearly at an hour and a half. Cool. That's sort of the general crypto market. Looking good, but we're not over major hurdles for individual cryptos just yet. But the others does look good. That's the whole thing. I'll get some questions and we'll do some comments, okay? And then we'll get out of here. Give me your questions and get your comments in. We have 101 people watching because we did do the PENGU thing. We talked about the general crypto market. As soon as I end the live show, you can watch this on the replay. I'll put time codes in YouTube. I can't really put time codes in X, can I? But we talked about the PENGU price and all that. We did my take profit targets for PENGU. But we'll answer your questions right now. Then we'll get out of here soon-ish. So I just did that for you, HNT. Great. Jason Rosana, great informative show today. Good. Have learned so much. Thank you. You are so incredibly welcome. Hit me with a hit me up with a subscribe, please. Follow me on X, of course, and please, I encourage and love super chats because it helps the show going, and also buy from my sponsors. I'm looking for a crypto sponsor, by the way. I have 2 precious metal sponsors. I need a crypto sponsor too. Reswin asks, I'm curious to know your position on Hedge, if you want to check it out. Thank you for asking. I can't do it right now. Actually, it's a meme coin, but really promising with a spectacular team and strong cult-like community, sitting at $21 million market cap. Okay. Thank you for mentioning that. I don't have time for it today. Can you mention it tomorrow? That'd be great. I'm losing my voice. Attorney General's Department of Benefit. Did you go to his way for freedom? Oh, yes, that's right. By the way, yes, I wanted to mention this at the start. For those watching yesterday, and I won't tell you what I did. But for those watching the live stream yesterday, if you saw the thing that I did, I then went back and checked if I was allowed to do that thing. It turns out I'm not allowed to do that thing on a live stream, okay? I'm allowed to show videos of that thing. I can show videos all day. I can make a video all day, every day. So as long as I'm not doing talking about certain things and whatever. But in no circumstance am I allowed to show you that thing, handle that thing, live stream, okay? Your feed will get cut. Luckily, I think the AI didn't pick it up. It was maybe a comment was hiding some of it. Okay, so I won't be doing that thing on a live stream ever again. But I will be talking about that kind of stuff. Again, watch yesterday's live stream to know what I'm talking about. It's sort of close to the end of the live stream, and I will be talking about that kind of stuff in videos and stuff, but I just can't show it on the live stream. Okay. YouTube knows what you did. It actually didn't know what I did because that stream hasn't been taken down. Probably won't likely do it now because the AI is just too busy doing everything else. You never know though. I could check my channel. It could be taken down. Yes, exactly. Why not live stream? Oh, and the disassembly thing of me. Yes, exactly right. So, yeah. You can't show it being disassembled. Even on a video, you can't be shown. Anyway, someone asked the question was, Jason, could you expand on market cap? Market cap is just the amount of total dollars that I guess are in the thing. It doesn't exactly work to like the total amount of dollars that are in from outside sources, but people like to follow market cap as a comparison to other cryptos versus rather than just the price. So for example, you have thousands of cryptos. and let's say you've got a crypto that's at 10 cents, okay? And let's say, oh, it can easily go to $1. Okay, well, yeah, it could, but what's the market cap, okay? Is the market cap really, really high comparative to other things? So let's say, for example, you had a new crypto come in and its token supply is really, 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 really massive, okay? But the dollar price is 10 cents. And you're like, 10 cents seems pretty cheap, okay? Geez, that thing could easily get to $1. But what happens if that crypto, for some reason, is in the top 10 already of the market cap? If you've got a top 10 coin in the top 10 of the market cap, right, it's like only a few away from, let me get rid of that. If it's only a few away from like Bitcoin, the number one, or XRP or something, and it's at 10 cents, but the market cap is like in the top 10, then it's very unlikely that you're going to 10 times from there to get to $1. So that's why market cap is important. Okay, you're not just looking at the price, because the fiat price can be a psychological trick. Okay, and there's many cryptos where you go, oh, this thing is under 1 cent. That's crazy, mate. This thing can, what, you tell me it can't get to 1 cent? Yeah, but what's the market cap? Where is it sitting within the market cap ranking? If it's in the top 20 already and it's under 1 cent, can it really get to 10 cents? Can it get to $1? Yeah, probably not. Okay, so that's why market cap is important as well, rather than just looking at the fiat dollar price of something. Let's see. Final comments. I was a bit wary of that, Joe, and hopefully it won't hurt your show. I think we're okay. I think I got away with it. As long as I don't keep talking about it. Good example. There we go. Fantastic. Good example is Pepe with its current supply. It will now, I never say never, but it will never hit $1. Let me give you a quick example. Okay, sure. Let's look at Pepe as the example for that. Pepe, now would be the time, people, to get in your final comments. Now would be the time to get in your final questions. And now would be the time to subscribe and follow, because we will probably end this show in around about 5 minutes, because I've got stuff to do, and so do you, bros. Pepe. Come on. Oh, yeah, of course, right. Yeah. Okay, so here's Pepe. Let me share the screen. And this is a perfect example of market cap versus the price. Let me get rid of all that stuff, okay? So you are at, this is on the daily time frame. Here's the monthly time frame for Pepe, okay? The price is it's quadruple zero, right? So it's fractions of fractions of fractions of fractions of 1 cent. That's why Pepe can probably never go to $1, because if we take a look at, give me 1 second. If I do this, I'll have to do this. You can't see this, which I don't want you to see, because CoinGecko.com. Let's do CoinGecko.com, and we'll go to Pepe. Let me see Pepe. 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 Where is it? That's Near Protocol. Where's Pepe? Pepe, right there. Okay, cool. Let me copy that, and I will do that. Okay, so here is Pepe on the CoinGecko market cap. Okay, so you can see that Pepe is fraction of a fraction of a fraction of 1 cent. Okay, but here's the problem, right? You go, man, what, you tell me this thing can't go to even a cent? That seems like crazy. Of course it could go to 1 cent. You know, it could lose 3 zeros or 4 zeros and go to 1 cent. Oh, sorry, lose 3 zeros and go to 1 cent. Like, you know, pump tens of thousands of percent. Here's the problem. Here's the crypto market cap. The number one is always Bitcoin. It always will be. Unless you get a flippening of Ethereum. That ain't going to happen probably in the market cap. You never know. Right? Pepe is already number 28 because it has a supply of the market cap fully circulating supply. Yeah, 420. So that's the billion. Is that the trillion? Is that like 420 billion or 420 trillion, whatever it is? It's such a huge supply that's already at, it's in the top 30 market cap, okay? So for it to get to 1 cent, it would have to surpass easily and by multiple magnitudes order past Bitcoin. That's why market cap is important, okay? And not just looking at the normal price. Final questions and comments, and then we shall get out of here, people, because I've got stuff to do. Have a great day, everyone. Yeah, good analysis. Thanks. Great. That's it, people. That has been Good Morning Stackers for January the 2nd, 2021 here in Melbourne in Australia. Hit the big red subscribe button to help me out. Of course, follow me. And yeah, 420 trillion. Correct. 420 trillion. Crazy. That is it, people. You will not get a show tomorrow. I will not be able to do a show tomorrow for reasons, but you will get another show every single weekday morning. Usually, you'll get another one on Monday coming 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, where we talk about precious metals. We do live gold, silver price analysis. We talk about crypto, Bitcoin, altcoins. We do a topic of the day, something newsworthy, something like breaking news, all that kind of stuff with me, Joe Main, OG, precious metals and crypto stacker. And we get to do the synchronized slurp. So if you missed the start of the show, here's what you get to enjoy at the end of the show as well. We dance it out and we do the synchronized slurp, people. Let me just load this down. Please grab your tasty beverages. Get ready to dance because this has been
Good morning, Stack.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good morning, Stack.
It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do the
Synchronized slurp.
in 3,
Now
2,
we're on
1.
the move.
Slurp it.
Good morning, Stack.
Thanks for watching. Great show, everyone. You were great participants. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking. Please subscribe and follow. And I'll see you on Monday morning. Have a great weekend.